live and come walk with me wherever you are in the world. So today, life happened. I 5 in the morning ish, I heard a sound, and the power was out, and it was a pretty loud sound. I guess a circuit broke, something happened, and I called the electricity company, and they said that it'll be out for a while. It was something broke seriously, over 300 something houses. So and the internet didn't work either. So I got my sleep messed up when I heard that noise, and I couldn't get back to bed for a little bit until it finally came on hours later. So messed my sleep up, and like I said, things happened, right? So what are you gonna do? My day was planned to go to bed early and get up early and come walking like I did earlier yesterday, and here I am at night now, walking, get my walk in. So again, it is what it is, and you just gotta fit it in. Life gets in the way, and that's a perfect example of that. And what are you gonna do, right? So I am a firm believer of hitting your goal and putting your intention out there, making it happen, no matter what's going on. I, said yesterday that my goal was to, again, do 5 miles, which I did yesterday. I don't know that I'll be able to do that tonight. I might. We'll see how dark it gets here. It is lit. People are out walking, as you can see. But that's going to be closer to 9 o'clock here in Boston. It's a little cooler now. We had a very warm day, and then it's cooling down now. And I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I want to go out and eat as well, keeping it keto. Anyway, I'm Steve Klein. Welcome to my wellness station. This is my wellness quest. Let me know who you are, where you're from. If this inspires you to walk, that's the point, and be well and be accountable to your goals. Hello there. Where are you from? Let me know. I'm in Boston, and I always walked, and I had some health issues, almost died taking Advil and vomited blood, and it went through me, number two, really bad. Ends up in the hospital. The doctor said, I don't know how you drove here because I lost a ton of blood, and I was praying to God that I was going to be okay. It was the closest feeling towards death I ever experienced. I don't want anybody to experience that ever. And they thought I had cancer. They thought I had a stomach ulcer. They kept me overnight. I didn't have any of that, thank God, but I did have a hiatal hernia with a ring, and they were concerned about that, and they said if you don't get on Nexium that you could get cancer. So I listened to them, got on Nexium. Hello there. Hello, welcome. You good man too. Okay, awesome. So I was on that, went to the dentist, had some x-rays, found out I had some bone loss, one of the side effects of Nexium. I don't think they prescribe it for 10 years anymore, and I started researching that I got to get off of this. So I bought some ginger and turmeric at Whole Foods, started making tea, felt a little bit better. One thing led to another. I saw a guy blogging, a naturopath, about this high impact ginger turmeric muscadine, and said, I got to look at that and look at the research. And it was high impact from the organic soil, okay, to being lab tested, not once, but twice. And people that were getting results was cooked at a low heat for a longer period of time than other things in the market. I can open up the capsules and eat it like food. So it got me off of that, helped my digestion, helped my acid reflux, helped my blood flow, helped my inflammation, helped with absorption, so many things. And this is why everybody's so sick. So walking, and yesterday I talked about a fatty liver, right, which I developed after my mom passed away, I think from the cortisol levels, right? Because before the lockdown of COVID, I was doing pretty good on keto, and I was doing cooking for mom. She needed 24-hour care, and she wanted sugar all the time. She had dementia, and that activates the brain a little bit. And so she wanted me to eat with her. So I had to kind of ease her near the end, and it messed me up, and I was very stressed out. My mom was my best friend. So I'm working on this. And this past fall, when they had this wellness quest, they had a Step Up app they introduced to us. And it's free. You guys can look it up. And I signed up for it. You can pay for it too, but I don't. And people were doing a lot of miles and motivating each other. My goal is to do 10,000 steps because I knew that was amazing. And, not always easy to fit it in. Like today, I didn't expect to lose power and electricity, right? So my day got ruined, right? Because I woke up, heard the circuit, it was loud, and I interrupted my sleep, right? So I finally went back to bed after that, like I said, and then I'm self-employed and had to juggle everything. So, but I'm still showing up. That's the point. So we have to decide what's important to us, right? Life is crazy. There's all kinds of things that happen that are not in your control. And if you just keep showing up no matter what, that's great. So as I say, your health is your wealth. And if you do a little bit like walking, it's amazing. So with body fat and fatty liver, right, you lose like 10% of that. It really does a big difference on fatty liver. And this past fall, I had dropped a lot. Then the winter hit. So I was doing 10 miles a day. I never thought I could. I got motivated after seeing people doing more than 10,000 steps. I said, well, can I do that? And I started doing it. So then I decided to do this live on YouTube as I ease into the 5 miles plus 10 miles. So yesterday I did do 5 miles. I tracked it. Today, like I said, I haven't looked at the app yet. I might be there. I don't know yet. I just do some walking earlier, but going live, I go live so much. But when I do that, it keeps me accountable. And there's always an audience here. And I'm meeting people from around the world and people that return and new people. So if you're working on walking and you find this inspiring, or you're working on a fatty liver or your health quest, put a comment. I'd love to know what you're working on. And if this inspires you, that's great too. So, and the stresses of the day, right? Like today, like I said, I don't like my sleep interrupted, right? But I couldn't help that. The circuit went out, right? And it affected 300 something homes in my area. And then I wanted to look things up as I always do on the internet. In my cell phone, nothing was working. I'm like, I'm tired. Let's go back to bed. So that's what I did. So it is what it is, and we just keep it moving, and it's great. And meanwhile, here I am. It's a little cooler out. It's still a little warm. Yeah, I'm going to go out to eat after this. And like I said, people are out here. It's almost 9 o'clock. Look, they're playing tennis. They're walking. They're playing ball. So they're out here. We got the lights on. And how cool is that? Now, in the winter, I can't do this necessarily because the lights might not be on. And, this past winter, I didn't think it was going to be this bad because my goal was to go to the mall and go walking. And I've done that a couple times. You guys can see some of the past lives on here when it's bad weather. But we had such a bad winter, I just couldn't do it. So it is what it is. But get moving, you know what I'm saying? And go with the flow. And when life gets in the way, you just keep hitting it. And life always gets in the way. There's always something that happens, right? And what are you going to do? You just make your list before you go to bed, and you create the habit. And I will challenge you to create the habit of walking at least. I will challenge you to, join my health quest walk, either on YouTube, hit subscribe, the notification bell, and come walk with me. And or if you like to join our actual calls, we did a call last night. We do them once a week on Sundays. It's complimentary, no charge. Come join me, send me an email. Love you to be on it. And you might not like to walk. You might do weightlifting. You might want to learn keto recipes. You might want to learn the move of the week. We have all kinds of stuff. It's a whole community. And we also encourage each other. And I find it fascinating and amazing because we're not in it alone. Years ago, I know I had a gal on my call last night, which, by the way, that's on my YouTube station. It went public today, premiered at 11 o'clock this morning. You can check it out. And the folks that were in there, what they're talking about. She goes to Weight Watchers. She's lived in my area, and we went there years ago. But you have to drive there, and, it's a great program. I just don't have time to do that, okay? So I'm trying to be with the craziness of the world today, with all the things we got to juggle, right? And being a homeowner, being a business owner, and all that, and I'm by myself after my mom passing. I got to do everything myself. So I got to juggle my schedule, and I got to fit it in and know what's important. And walking is important. Your health is important. Taking my high-impact ginger, turmeric, and muscadine is important because our food's screwed up. Everybody has gut issues. Everybody has absorption issues. Everybody has digestive issues. They started feeding the cows grains. They're supposed to eat grass or hay, And the GMOs they introduced in the 90s screwed everybody up. So unless you're doing keto slash paleo, but even then, you got to reverse the damage. And that's why you see all these gut health things they're selling, which are all lab made. I don't want something lab made. I want the most potent, natural way. And what I found is this high impact ginger, turmeric, and muscadine. Like I said, lab tested twice, not once, to tell you and give you the results that you need. And I take a lot, and it does its job. I did speak about the fatty liver taking choline, and I do take that as well, along with the muscadine seed oil and the ginger, which gets that beneficial fat, right? And I'm getting ready to do the egg diet, okay? I talked about that yesterday, and the egg diet will be soft-boiled eggs or poached eggs. I'm going to do soft-boiled because the yolks are good for you. We were told years ago they weren't. They are good for you, and they help. The choline in that, having 4 eggs a day, helps the fatty liver. It's great for the eyes, essential fatty acids, especially good quality eggs, right? It's also good for your muscles, okay, when you're doing keto or whatever you're doing, your muscles in general. So it's good stuff. We've been lied to a lot, or misinformed, and I'm not a doctor. I'm making claims. I do my due diligence. I look things up on PubMed.gov, and I just want this to be a place that we can share and learn. And I do work with doctors that are natural doctors. I always say, if somebody says something to you like, my doctor said I had a fatty liver, I went to a naturopath. I didn't tell the naturopath what was going on. I just wanted them to check me, and he said I had a fatty liver. So I got the confirmation. I didn't want to give him the information until he said it, right? And that's how I roll. So always get somebody else to check you, when it comes to your health. Always do your due diligence. Think for yourself, and do a little bit every day of positiveness. Be around positive people, positive thoughts. Walking does that. And positive food intake. Read the label. Lots of intermittent fasting. I had a keto shake today. That's all I had. And I'll be a little late. I'm hungry now, so I'm going to eat. But I'm going to go out. I'm going to get something keto tonight. And I might go back. I'm not sure what I'm going to get tonight. Maybe I'm going to get my turkey club on a lettuce wrap at Yard House with a side salad with blue cheese. Maybe. We'll see. Totally keto. I don't know if I can eat it all, but we'll see. And that will be all correct on there. Hello there. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I don't know what your name is, but welcome. I can't read it. But anyway, so I also had a mentor that helped me with all this, who actually passed away. I almost died. Okay, he saved my life, and he got me on this regiment, and that's why I feel so committed to it. And he had this made by 500 naturopathic doctors. Kitchen, you said? Oh, Colton. Hello there. Welcome. And it goes through questions on your hard tissue, your soft tissue, your sugar, your digestion. And you rate yourself 1 through 5 on each question, and you track it, okay? And whatever's happening on the outside of the body is what's going on the inside of the body. And again, it works like magic. It speaks to you. It's amazing. So here's what he did for me. I want to do that for you. So if you're finding this to be interesting, totally complimentary. I'm not going to charge anybody anything. I'll be happy to do it. Send me an email with your full name and where you're from. We'll set up a time, and I will go through that with you and share with you and have you score it and explain it to you. And then as you do it every 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, right, you'll see the differences when you track and you pay attention to your wellness journey on it, right? It makes a big difference. And I think that when I did that and when I joined this health quest, because I was telling some people that have just joined it, big shout out to Lewis. He's new on the challenge. He's in California. Big shout out to Donna. She's in Boston, or a second one. She's pretty new to it as well. Big shout out to Lucy, who's from Boston, old friend. She's on her first challenge. And big shout out to the visitors that I had in last night, like Walter from Texas and Michelle from Western Mass. And of course, we have other regulars like we're on there, like Ingrid from Boston and Joanne from Hawaii. And we also have other people watching the replays. I couldn't make it, like Jan is on the challenge. She's in Arkansas, and Jackie is up in New Hampshire, and Blanca's in California. We're all working on it on our schedule. And whoever you are watching this on YouTube, right, as well, if you're just getting a little bit of motivation from this, that's great. Oop, they're playing ball over here. And so when we track and we hit the wellness quest and we take that um, opportunity to be accountable to each other, right? Like I'm being accountable to you, it makes a big difference. I was telling Lucy that because she visited it last time and she joined it this time, she was asking the questions. Each week we sign in, we answer 10 questions. Did you sleep over 7 hours for the night? Did you drink X amount of water? Did you have a positive attitude? Did you do this? Did you do that? And I was telling her, and I was telling this to Lewis and Donna, the new people, that it really makes you think when you track. It really makes you aware. It might sound silly, but it really does. It really makes a difference when you take the time with your busy life, no matter how much you're working, how much you're stressing, whatever it is, to do that. So that's why before I go to bed, even though like life gets in the way today, saying ended up being that I wasn't asleep. I woke up from my sleep because of the AC and the circuit going out and the internet, right? And I had to wait a little while and I had to reset the clocks and all that, right? Always happens. So it screwed my day up a little bit, right? But in the meantime, I got other things done and I still had it on my list before I went to bed to walk. So it's almost 9 o'clock p.m. and here I am getting my walk in. So I'm committed, right? Now, I said this before, as I said, there might be a time I just can't make it on here live as I stuck someplace. Who knows? I was concerned when I went to Las Vegas a week and a half ago that might have been the case, but I didn't miss a beat. You can look back at my lives. I've been going live about 3 months now each day. And I'm fighting to do that. Okay. I'm making that decision to do that. Okay. But like I said, if there's a time I can't, maybe I get stuck someplace, right? Well, I'm not beating myself up, saying it is what it is. But you just do the best you can do. So just at my list and your list, make a list of 10 things you got to do the next day before you go to bed. Write it down, get it out of your mind so you can have a clear slate to sleep. And then you do your best to hit those 10 things and check them off as the day goes on. If you don't get them all done, sometimes that doesn't happen, okay? Don't beat yourself up on the next day. But I do make the walking one of the highest priorities on my list. So that's why you see it's been getting done almost every single day. And that's the point. So when you put things on paper, right, and you physically get a piece of paper out and you write that list of 10 things to commit to, your subconscious mind is looking at that, and I can sleep clearer, right, with a clear mind. A lot of people don't want to write anything down, especially now in today's world. I'm sorry, it's not good enough. You got to write it down. It's just not good enough. Writing it down, hitting on paper is powerful. I do it every single night before I go to bed. So that way I don't have to think about it. It's there. I know what I got to do. And it helps me so I'm not stressed out, helps with a clearer mind. And I know where I'm going in the morning when I wake up. Even when, like this morning, I got woken up with a circuit and it screwed my sleep up. I was like looking at the list. I got one thing done. I said, I got to go back to sleep. I can't do this. And I did. Got my sleep in. So again, you show up when you show up. You bounce when you bounce. And when you write it down, you make it happen. And you can. So everything's a decision. What's important to you? My health is my wealth. How about you? Is your health your wealth, right? Are you going to make that decision? Make the decision to walk. Make the decision to do whatever it is. Move a little bit. Just make a decision to eat better. Make a decision to be part of our wellness quest. Come join us on it. And we're really excited about the people that are sharing their results. Big shout out to Mike Avery, too. I'll be getting with him doing his health evaluation. Again, he's in some pain, and I look forward to helping him. He saw me chat and share about the emitter. I had sent one to one of my cousins that is in a lot of pain. I'm going to follow up with him. And we want to help people and get the knowledge out and know that there's always a way and there's always support in this wellness quest. And come walk with me, guys, everywhere in the world. You guys over and out. Thanks so much. Make sure you hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you always know where I'm going to be. And I love to hear back from you if this got you motivated. You guys have a good one. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.